In today's video, we're taking a look at how to control the temperature on your charcoal grill, easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and you got charcoal, barbecue, grilling in your mind. Your belly's asking for it and we're going to give it to you. That kind of sounds like a song. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. And this technique is going to work for any size grill, as well as shapes also. The first thing that you want to know is the amount of charcoal that you're going to use. And the rule of thumb is it's like salt. You want to start with little amounts because you can always add more. But once you add too much, it'll be harder to remove. So let's say if you're using a chimney, then you can start with half a chimney. If using a small grill, if using a bigger grill, 3/4 of the way of the chimney should be a good starting point. If you don't have a chimney starter, you can use the counting method. You can start with 10 briquettes or wood pieces and add incrementally in sets of 5 or 2 as needed. If you want to check out our video on how to turn on charcoal without a chimney starter, or our other video how to turn on charcoal without starter fluid, we'll leave a link on the description. If you want to use a low temperature for a long time, using the snake method is the way to go, because you have small amounts that burn with time, provides you a more even temperature number. If you want to check out our snake method video, we'll leave a link on the description. The second technique that we like to use is grill spacing. In most of our cookouts, we usually use the 60-40 method, and this can work both ways. You can have 60% charcoal, 40 empty, or like we like to use it, 40% charcoal and 60% of the grill empty. Not only this helps with having space to place your meat in case of flare-ups, it provides a place for your meat to cook without the high temperatures of the direct contact heat with the charcoal. The difference from filling your whole grill with charcoal, it will be more difficult to control the temperature because you're gonna have high heat all the time, and in many cases having to wait until your charcoal starts burning down for you to be able to cook. If you want to check out our video on how to make this charcoal basket for under $15, we'll leave a link on the description. The third technique that we like to use is place on the empty side a pan with a liquid of your choosing. In our case, we usually use water, but if you want to use juice, a liquid gold bubbly substance that we're gonna call water for now can also be used. Remember, you are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. Just don't let your significant other know, your family member, friends, because you might lose the throne. Not only this provides a humid environment for your meat not to be dry, but because of the moisture, it spreads more evenly the heat all around your grill. And as a plus, it also catches the drippings from your food, making cleanup a lot easier. And now comes the part of the video where you roll up your sleeves and show your big guns. We close the grill and see what temperature we're working with. We let it sit for a few minutes, and that's our starting point. And no matter if your grill has a temperature gauge at the top, we always want to have a thermometer, and a two-way thermometer even better. If it's wireless and you could be in the couch laying down meanwhile the food is cooking, even better. Links in the description. And we say two-way because one is to measure the meat internal temperature and the other to measure the temperature of the grill. And we want to place the grill temperature probe where or close by where the meat is going to be, because even though you might have different hot zones in your grill, the temperature that you're looking for to know is the one next to what you're cooking and not on top of the charcoal. So as you can see, our grill marks 300, but our probe that lets us know what the temperature is next or around the meat is the one that we're looking for, and that one says 235 degrees Fahrenheit. And now comes the most important technique, which is temperature control, and this is the part of the video where we stimulate your brain. So the rule of thumb is the more air your grill gets in the inside means more oxygen for your charcoal to feed on to get hotter. So that means by controlling the vents, we're going to control the airflow inside your grill. So So if your grill has 2 vents, usually one at the bottom, one at the top, or one on one side and one on the other, what we like to do is have one point of entry, and that one should be the one closest to the charcoal. So we usually choose that side to place the charcoal. But let's say, like in our case, you have one to the left side, plus you have a chimney on the top. We like to close the one where the meat is at. So if you have your chimney to the left, you want to place your meat in the left and close the vent at the bottom on the left and have open the one on the right. So as you can see, our temperature has climbed to 350. If you have one vent at the bottom and one at the top, we want to use the same method. We want to place the charcoal to the side of the bottom vent and place our meat, or turn our cover where the vent hole is at to the side of the meat. If your system only has 2 vents, then we want to have both open. And now comes the controlling part. And no, not your spouse, your friend, or family member. And you know that's a joke. Wink wink. No, I mean it's a joke. So now we know that the more air your grill gets, the hotter it is. So that means the more we close the vent where the charcoal is, or the one in the bottom, if that's your case, the less air you're gonna have in the grill, making your charcoal burn weaker. And yes, we know that your charcoal is the strongest there is. Powerful, big, and strong. But when you close the vents, you give them a little break. So as you can see, by closing the vent completely, we already got it down to 300. But remember, you can always choose to close it a quarter of a bit at a time until you get your desired temperature. If you get flare-ups, you could close the vent for a little bit and then reopen it when necessary, as well as you get big temperature spikes that you need to control. And now we've gotten to the last plan of attack, and that is running fast. And you know that's a joke as well. You know we don't run from a fight, except if that's the spouse or partner. They won before starting. And you know we do that to outlive the other one. I mean to live a happier life. But now on a serious note, so the same technique as before, we're gonna open and close the top vent accordingly, because the more air comes in and the more air comes out, you're gonna have a faster airflow. Because remember, because of the heat of the grill, it's gonna suck in the cooler air from the outside, and that air has only one way to go, and that's through the meat and out the vent. So the slower that air moves, by closing more the air vent at the top and restricting the air movement, you would have a cooler grill. And the more you open the vent at the top, the faster the air is gonna move and the hotter that charcoal is gonna get, translating to less burnt food, happier spouse, partner, family member, or friends, and you outliving all of them. I mean, having a happier cookout. And now you've done it, Grasshopper. You become a master charcoal controller, and probably that be the only thing that we can control of the universe. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.